In this video, we will discuss about the electric field on the axial line and equatorial line due to a dipole. Let us first discuss about which line is known as axial line and which line is known as equatorial line in the case of dipole. Here, this is your dipole having positive and negative charge, and the position of positive and negative charge is fixed. No doubt they have force of attraction between them, but they do not move by itself as their position is fixed. Axial line is a line which is passing from positive to negative charge, or a ray or a line which is passing from the center of positive and negative charge is known as axial line. The equatorial line is a line which is perpendicular to this axial line, and a line which is perpendicular to it and passes through the center of the dipole. That is known as equatorial line. Now let us first calculate the electric field on the axial line due to a dipole. So first of all, choose a dipole. So this is our dipole. This is your positive charge, negative charge, each having a magnitude q, and they are separated by a distance that is 2a, and a line which is passing from positive to negative charge is known as axial line. P is a point on the axial line. I take this is this much point at a distance of r from the center of the dipole. This is the center of the dipole. If this is the center of the dipole, then this distance will also be a, and this distance will also be equal to a. To calculate the electric field at point P, because of this dipole, is the vector sum of electric field produced by the positive charge and negative charge. So first we will calculate the electric field due to positive charge and then negative charge, and then by add or subtract by considering their direction. Now let us first calculate the electric field due to positive charge. We know that electric field due to a point charge is given by 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught magnitude of charge and r square. Now electric field due to a positive charge, due to this positive charge at point P. So according to the formula, the electric field is E is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught magnitude of charge, magnitude of positive charge is Q, divided by the distance of a positive charge from the point P where we want to calculate electric field. So this distance, I take this distance as r positive. So I took this distance is r positive, so it is r positive square. Along which direction? So see here, we know that the electric field lines for the case of positive charge are radially outward. So electric field direction will be outward in this direction. I take this point as a, then it becomes along PA. Here the electric field, now electric field due to negative charge. So electric field due to negative charge, this negative charge at point P, this point P is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught magnitude of charge. Here magnitude of this negative charge is Q. So it is writing here Q, and square of distance, the square of distance of this negative charge from the point of observation P. So this distance, I took this distance as a r negative. So this distance is r negative square. Now to know the direction, we know that electric field lines for the negative charge is radially inward. So electric field lines are radially inward and it is toward this direction. So if I take this point as a B, then it will be along PB. So this is a electric field due to positive charge, and this is electric field due to negative charge. If you concentrate on this part, here the electric field due to positive charge is in opposite direction to the electric field due to negative charge. So the resultant electric field will be the difference of the electric field. So resultant electric field so the resultant electric field is equal to E positive minus E negative. Here the magnitude of E positive is more as compared to the negative. So I took it as E positive minus E negative. E positive charge is nearby this point, so the magnitude will be greater. So we put the value of E positive and E negative from above. Taking common, now we put the value of E R positive and R negative in term of small r and dipole distance. From this figure, from the figure, now what is R positive and R negative? So from the figure, R positive is a distance from this P point to this distance positive charge. If you write in term of this R, if you see the diagram, this is our diagram, this is our small r. Now this distance from here, this is R positive from here to here, this distance, if I write here, this is in this much. It is this R and minus this factor, and this distance is what? A. So R positive becomes this R minus A. Now R negative. So R negative is this distance from here to here. This distance is R negative. If you write here this much, this will be equal to this R, is equal to this R plus this factor. This factor is equal to A. So it becomes R plus A. We put both these value in the following equation, then it becomes so this is this much. We put the value of R positive, that is R minus A, in this here, it becomes square, and this R negative is R plus A square. Taking LCM, so we get this much. After solving it, we get this much, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. This is R minus A, this is R plus A. Just like A minus B into A plus B, that is A square minus B square. So it becomes R square minus A square, the whole square. Now open this bracket, square, R square A square plus 2RA minus, now open this one, it becomes R square minus A square. It is minus 2B, minus minus become plus, so it is come 2RA. Now if you see here, these two factors get cancelled out, and it is 2RA and this 2RA. It becomes 4RA. So 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, it becomes 4RA into Q divided by R square minus A square whole square. So this is your electric field on the axial line. But I want to write this formula in terms of the property, intrinsic property of the dipole, that is dipole moment. So we know that dipole moment is P, we represent dipole moment by P is equal to product of any charge and distance. So see here, we have taken the magnitude of charge Q and distance from the positive to negative is 2a. So dipole distance, your dipole moment becomes Q into 2a. So our electric field on the axial line is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. I need 2a, 2 from here and 2 is left. A and Q is needed. I write here Q and here R is left. So it is R. So it becomes R square minus A square ka whole square. Further we get 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. It becomes P, do I write here 2PR divided by R square minus A square ka whole square. So this is your electric field on the axial line. So here the electric field on the axial line depends upon the dipole moment. This much. The direct. Now to find the direction of electric field on the axial line, we can see it from the diagram. In this diagram, the direction is given by the electric field which have a bigger magnitude, that is along E positive. So the direction of resultant electric field is given by this arrow, and the direction of dipole moment is from negative to positive. So that is also along this direction. So if that is also along this direction, both are in same direction. So we can say that the direction of electric field on the axial line is along the direction of dipole moment. So we knew that, yeah, this much 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 2 pi r square minus a square ka whole square. Now what is the direction? So from the diagram we can see here the direction of electric field is given by the bigger magnitude. The E positive has a bigger magnitude, so direction of electric field is along this direction, or I write here it is along this direction. So this is the direction of resultant electric field. If you compare it with the direction of dipole moment, we know the direction of dipole moment is from the negative to positive, so along this direction. So it is along this direction. So this is the direction of dipole moment. If you compare both the directions, the direction of electric field due to dipole and the direction of dipole moment is same. So we can write here the direction of dipole. So we can say here the direction is along the direction of dipole moment. Similarly, Now, if I take the case when r is very much large as compared to a, it means that either dipole distance is negligible or the p is very far away. So the case 1, when r is very much large as compared to a, that is dipole distance is negligible or p is very much far away from the dipole. So in that case, the a can be neglected with respect to r. So then above equation becomes E axial is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught 2pr divided by, here r is neglected, so it becomes r square and this square, r become r4. If you solve further, so E electric field on the axial line is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught 2p upon r cube. So this is your electric field on the axial line when r is very much large as compared to a, dipole distance. Here you can further compare it with the electric field due to a point charge. We know that electric field for point charge, electric field is inversely proportional to the square of distance. But in the case of dipole, electric field is inversely proportional to the cube of distance. So here it means that the electric field due to dipole dies out faster as compared to the electric field due to point charge. If I draw the graphs in term of graph, so you will find this type of graph. For the case of point charge, the graph is like this one. If I draw the graph of both, this is electric field, this is your distance. So electric field for the point charge, this is electric field due to point charge. For the case of electric field on the axial line for a dipole, it is like this one. So this is for dipole. Comparison for the electric field due to a point charge and for the case of dipole. Now let us discuss the electric field on the equatorial line. Now let us discuss the second case, electric field due to a dipole on the equatorial line. So first we choose a dipole. This is our positive charge, negative charge, each have a same magnitude of charge, that is q, and they are separated by a distance of 2a. Now we draw the equatorial line. So equatorial line is a line which is perpendicular to it and passes through center of this dipole. So this is our equatorial line passing from the center of this dipole. So I take this distance from here to here, it is a, and from here to here is also a. Let P be the point. Here P be the point at a distance of r from where we want to calculate the electric field. To calculate the electric field at point P, because of this dipole is equal to the vector sum of electric field due to positive charge and negative charge. It means that first we calculate the electric field due to positive charge and then the electric field due to negative charge, and then we find the resultant by considering the direction. So first let us calculate the electric field due to positive charge. So first of all, we know that electric field due to point charge is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught magnitude of charge and square of distance. Now the electric field first, electric field due to positive charge of a dipole. First, we will calculate the electric field due to positive charge at point P. So we know that electric field due to point charge is what? E is equal to, positive is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q divided by r square. So r is a distance of this positive charge from the point of observation, means directly line joining of these 2 points. So this is your distance. So I took this distance as this r. If you calculate this one, this distance is a, it becomes r square plus a square square root. So it is r square, so I am writing here only this r, so this is r square. Now the direction of electric field. As we know that the electric field lines for the case of positive charge are radially outward, so it is along this direction, outward. From positive charge it is away, moving away, so it is along this direction. I took this point as a, so it becomes along PA vector. Now the electric field due to negative charge at point P. Now this negative charge at point P. So we know the formula, that is electric field due to negative charge 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught magnitude of charge, that is Q, divided by the square of distance. So distance of this negative charge from this point. So what is the distance? Distance is directly line joining of these 2 points. So this distance I took it as a r. Again it is same. If you solve it, apply Pythagoras theorem, it becomes r square plus a square ka square root, same as it is. So it is also a. So it becomes r square along. Now we know that electric field due to negative charge is radially inward, so it is towards the charge, so it is along this direction. I took this point as a B, so it is along PB. So we have calculated the electric field due to positive and negative charge. Here we observe that the magnitude of electric field due to positive charge and due to negative charge is equal. So we can say that electric field due to positive charge magnitude is equal to electric field due to negative charge magnitude. It is equal, that is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q by r square. Now to find the resultant, we have to see the direction. If you see the direction of electric field due to positive, positive is along PA and this is your PB. Now they are oriented in different directions, so we cannot solve it, or we cannot add or subtract it directly. Here either we will use the formula of resultant of the vector, or by resolution of vectors. So here I'm using the resolution of vectors. To find the resultant of E positive and E negative, let us resolve E positive electric field and E negative electric field. So if this angle is theta, then if I draw a horizontal line over here, this angle will also be equal to theta. If this angle is also theta, because both these sides are equal, then their opposite angles will also be equals. So this theta will be equal to this one. So this angle will also be theta. Alternate interior, these 2 angles are the alternate interior angles, and these are the 2 corresponding angles. So both are equal, so we get this much. Now for resolving these E positive and E negative, I will draw them in a different diagram. So E positive is along this direction, so this is E positive, and E negative is along this direction, so E negative is along this direction. And if I draw a horizontal line from here, this angle is theta and this angle is also equal to theta. If you resolve E positive, so it becomes E positive cos of theta and perpendicular one E positive sine theta along this direction. Now E negative, so here resolving E negative, so E negative with the angle is E cos of theta and perpendicular to it is E negative sine theta. So by seeing this diagram, E positive sine theta and E negative sine theta are in opposite directions. Also, their angles are equal and their E positive and E negative magnitude is equal. So both these components will cancelled out. We will left with these 2 components, that is E positive cos theta and E negative cos theta. E positive is resolved into two parts, that is E positive cos theta, E positive sin theta. E negative is resolved into E negative cos theta and E negative sin theta. From the diagram, E positive sin theta and E negative sin theta are in opposite direction. Their magnitude is equal, so they cancelled out. So we are left with only these two components, E negative cos theta and E positive cos theta. Then the resultant is E positive cos theta plus E negative cos of theta. Also their magnitude is equal, their angle is equal, so I can write it like this one, 2E positive cos of theta. Since their magnitude is equal, so we can say that they are can be written as twice of E positive cos of theta. Now solve it, put the value of E positive. So here E positive magnitude, that is 2 into 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square into cos theta. So what is cos theta? Cos theta can be calculated from the diagram. Now you see the diagram here. So what is cos theta in this diagram? Now what is cos theta here? If you take this triangle, in this triangle, the cos theta will be equal to a upon base upon hypotenuse. So base is a divided by hypotenuse is r. So it is cos theta is a by r. So what we get? A by r. Now we put the values and solve it. So it becomes 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q into 2a upon r cube. Now we put the value of this r and write this electric field in terms of dipole moment. So we know that dipole moment P is q into 2a. So the electric field due to equatorial line is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q into 2a. This is also q into 2a. It is P divided by this small r. So this r from the diagram, this r is equal to r square plus a square ka whole square root, or it is this much. So what will it become? So it becomes r is equal to r square plus a square ka 1 by root. So root it is cube. I can write here it is 3 by 2. Now this is your electric field due to the dipole on equatorial line. Now what should be the direction? The direction of electric field is the component which is left to find out the resultant. So from the diagram you can see here the electric field left is because of these two components, that is along the horizontal line, along this direction. If you see the first one diagram, so electric field, resultant electric field is along this direction. So this is the direction of electric field, resultant electric field E is along this direction. So if you compare it with the dipole moment, so we know that the direction of dipole moment is along from the negative to positive. So from here negative to positive. Dipole moment direction is along this direction and the electric field direction is along this direction. So both are in opposite direction. As both are in opposite direction, so I can write here the direction of, so I can write here the direction of electric field on the equatorial line is opposite to the dipole moment. So if I want to write it in the vector form, so it becomes 1 upon 4 pi epsilon vector form. So I write here vectors P vector but negative. So it becomes r square plus a square 3 by 2. So this is your electric field in terms of vectors. Now let us discuss a case when r is very much large as compared to a. Same when the dipole distance is very small or the point of observation is very far away from the dipole. In that case, the electric field on the equatorial line is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. So here a can be neglected. If you see this diagram, from here a is neglected, a is 0, so it becomes r square. This square can cancel out, becomes r cube. So this p, here p, a is 0, so it becomes r square. This square get cancelled out, it becomes r cube. So this r cube along minus p, along the opposite to the direction of dipole moment. Imagine that electric field due to a dipole on the axial line is inversely proportional to the cube of distance. Again, same, electric field due to a dipole dies out faster as compared to the electric field due to a point charge. Now, let us compare the electric field on the axial line and equatorial line when r is very much large as compared to a. Now, comparison of electric field on the axial line and equatorial line for a dipole when r is very much large as compared to a. Now, to do it, let us discuss about electric field on the axial line. Here, electric field on the axial line is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught 2pr divided by r square minus a square का whole square along the direction of dipole moment. Now you see here, if r is very much large as compared to a, then the electric field on the axial line becomes 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught 2p divided by r cube. So here a can be neglected, it is r power 4 and 1 r is get cancelled out, so it becomes r cube along the direction of dipole moment. Now the electric field on the equatorial line, so that is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. We should remember the formulas of electric field on the equatorial line and axial line. So it is p by r square plus a square 3 by 2 along minus p vector, that is opposite to the direction of dipole moment. Now if r is very much large as compared to a, then electric field on the equatorial lines becomes 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught p by r cube. Here a can be neglected, square get cancelled out, and we left with r cube along minus p, that is opposite to the direction of dipole moment. Now if you compare these two equations, this is equation 1 and this is your second equation. If you neglect the direction and concentrate on only the magnitude, you see here it is 2p and here it is p. So here you can say that electric field on the axial line, that is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught 2p upon r cube. If I write this 2 first, so 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught p by r cube, this factor is what? Electric field due to a dipole on the equatorial line. So we can conclude that electric field on the axial line is equal to twice of electric field due to a dipole on equatorial line. This is only when r is very much large as compared to a. This condition is requisite to satisfy this equation. So thanking you.